Astrolita Fernandes had been counting the days on her phone, waiting for the trip home. At 23, she was already tired of London's cold and wet weather. She missed the simple things, the sea breeze, spicy fish curry, cousin who talked too fast, and the white Goan sky. The flight was half empty. People slept with their mouths open, and the whole plane felt like one big breathing creature. When the pilot announced they were about to land, whispers spread through the rows, and seat belts clicked. Astrolita pressed her forehead to the cold window. Beneath the wing, the light of Goas twinkled like a broken necklace. She smiled. Then the fog rose. At first, it looked like a thin sheet, easy to blow away, but this fog was heavy. It spread across the runway until the ground lost its shape. She leaned closer, and that is when she saw it, a figure running through the fog. It was a woman, barefoot, dressed in white, her clothes clinging like wet fabric. She didn't stumble. She didn't slow. She ran side by side with the aircraft, keeping perfect pace. Astrolita grabbed the armrest. "Look," she whispered to the man beside her. "Outside, someone's running." He leaned closer, frowned. "I don't see anything." And then her heart stopped when she saw the same woman inside the plane, far down the aisle near the front galley. Her long black hair hung like curtains over her face. Her clothes weren't white anymore, but dirty, river-stained. Her head tilted towards the passengers, though Astrolita couldn't see her face at all, only the fog, as if it had taken away her features. Astrolita screamed. Passengers lifted their heads. A phone clattered to the floor. The aircraft jolted, engine roaring as it pulled upward again. Then the captain's voice came over the speakers, calm but rushed. "Ladies and gentlemen, due to poor visibility, we'll circle before trying again. Please remain seated." The cabin lights flickered on, bright and sharp. The aisle was empty. Astrolita gasped for air, her hands shaking. Her chest felt locked, her skin cold. She gave a frightful scream as a warm hand rested on her. "Shh, child," said the woman in the middle seat. Astrolita hadn't noticed her before. An elderly Goan lady, neat cardigan, rosary on her back, skin lined by sun and years. "It's all right," the woman said softly. "Breathe. In, out." Astrolita did as told, because thinking was hard. Who do you think she is?" asked Astrolita, her voice shaking. "No one knows," the woman replied. "But this airport, Mopa, was built on land people begged to protect. It was carved not to one's faith, but to all. Last rites were done there, ashes scattered, bodies buried, prayers spoken until morning. When they dug into the earth, what was meant to rest did not." The plane circled slowly above the fog. Astrolita pressed her palm against the window. The plastic was cold, but the world beyond felt hot. "What does she want?" Astrolita asked. "Some say she was the last to be cremated there," the woman said. "Some say she searches for a child. Others believe she is simply the face we give to the land's anger. What I know is this: she comes when the fog rises, from the road, from the terminal, from the sky." And sometimes, she added, her eyes flickering towards the aisle, "from inside." Astrolita shivered, staring at the empty galley. Just then, the captain spoke again. We'll hold for about 12 minutes. Conditions are improving. Thank you for your patience. The woman gave Astrolita's hand a gentle squeeze. You'll be fine, child. It was meant to comfort, but it only dulled the edges of fear without taking it away. Astrolita leaned back as she typed another message to her mother, even though there was no signal. Landing soon. Don't wait up. She deleted the words. Don't worry. The fog slowly thinned. The plane dipped again. Astrolita pulled her belt tight, hands flat on her knees. She promised herself she wouldn't look out the window, and then she did. The runway appeared in pieces, dotted lights, patches of darkness. The plane trembled like a held breath. For a second, the fog pressed hard against the glass. A handprint bloomed on the inside of her window. 5 fingers clear, then gone. Astrolita pulled her hand back as if the glass had burnt her. The wheels screeched against the tarmac. A few passengers clapped nervously, but the sound died quickly. Astrolita's only thought was relief. At last, they had landed.